Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is called Precious. I do a mixture of lifestyle, beauty kind of videos. If you're new to this channel, then thank you guys for watching, and if you are returning, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it as well. So this thing, and you probably know the title already because I obviously pull it up there, but this has been bugging me. Like, honestly speaking, like, I feel like people don't be telling you the truth when it comes to like buying a car, like how the costs really be doing. You just see all these people up all over the gram, social media, or even just like in your area, and you don't even know the kind of costs and expenses it goes to having or maintaining a car. So I'm like about 6 months in with the car. If you guys know, or if you don't know, I'm an owner of a beautiful Fiat 500. It's a very lovely car. I'll put the video up here of the tour, and for those who are, you know, still on their journey in driving and want to kind of know how I managed to pass and not to give up on my whole car journey, driving journey, then I'll put up here the video for that as well for you to guys watch when you want to, or you can watch it and come back to this video. I don't mind, I'm like all good. Yeah, so back to this situation. So there was so much things I don't tell you about car. The first thing is, yeah, that I feel like will help anybody is we get so tempted to wanna just buy like a big car or buy like a nice car. I mean, these days, Mercedes, Range Rovers, all these kind of stuff, yeah, are just in style. Sorry, there's windows open, it's a bit loud. I'm sorry. Actually, let me close that window. I have no idea if you guys can hear the window. I left it open. I'm sorry, guys. I changed it. So, when you first have a car, like, you wanna just buy like the most banging one. Just, and it's not even to stunt, it's just for yourself. You want to have a car that, you know, you're like, yeah, this is my thing, like, this is mine. And honestly speaking, for your first car, it's not worth it. It is not worth to spend so much money on like a big, expensive car, because as a driver, especially as you've just finished your license, so you're not experienced, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. Like, you are gonna mess up your car, especially if it's a new car. So I recommend, don't buy like a big car, like an expensive car. Like, start off something moderate. I'm not saying go for the cheap cars, and that's another thing. A lot of people think going for cheap cars is the best, because that's not always the case, because the mileage could be really high, where like literally like 100,000 miles or something really high, or the car is a banger and it's constantly having issues and you have to constantly be having to fix issues, and it adds up. Like, not everyone has that kind of salary where you can constantly be forking out to get things fixed within the car. So for me, you know, all these fancy cars you see out there, you know, a lot of them are not, they didn't buy it exactly. A lot of it is on finance, a lot of it is expensive. Like, people be spending £300-400 a month on their car payments. Like, you'll be surprised, I'm telling you, you'll be surprised, all these cars you've seen out there. And then upon that, you also got to pay your car insurance, and for someone who's under the age of 30, that is expensive, because they see you as someone who is most likely to get into an accident. So your premiums are really high. So imagine you get an expensive car and you have to deal with the expensive premium on your car insurance. I know obviously if you have like a parent or someone that you can add on as an additional driver, it reduces, but not that much, sister or brother. It's still pricey. So I think that's like another lie, like thinking that, oh yeah, when I have the car, that's it. No, honey. You gotta pay the car insurance, baby girl. And you better hope you don't use that car insurance. And that is nothing. You have car insurance that you really don't want to use. Because if you use the car insurance, best believe next year that car insurance price is going to increase. So it's like you have car insurance to protect your car, but you really can't use it unless it's like a dire moment, because it's like if you do, then they're gonna penalize you for that and increase your car insurance next year, which is a bit crazy to me, but it's the truth. And like another thing is like, for me, I'll never forget this. I had my car and like within a week or 2 weeks, one of my tires went flat. And I had to pay like 50 quid to get my tires replaced. And I was like, hey, just like that, £50, 50 guinea, that, just like that. I'm not even joking. Like, and since then I'm having to save money every month just in case something happens. So for me, is thinking that, oh, your car's fine. No, your car is a machine, baby girl or baby boy. Your car can have issues without you even realizing it. So it's, for me, you know, having savings for car issues is so important. It's something that I didn't know before having a car, but I had to learn the hard way. Another thing they don't tell you is the parking. Now, obviously everyone is situated in different areas, but I'm based in London and they don't respect people who have cars in London. I understand we're trying to save the environment, we're trying to, you know, do better for the environment, but my car isn't even a car that lets off that much emissions, like compared to like bigger cars, bigger petrol, diesel cars. My car's tiny. In terms of car tax, I pay like the least in the car tax. Almost, okay, not nothing, but very close to it. Do you know what I mean? I'm having to pay car parking, I gotta pay parking here, parking there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too much. They just take your money for car parking. If there is car parking, because a lot of times you can't even find places to park because only permits only. You can't even pay to park in some areas. And when they do pay for parking, it's extortionate prices. Like, what we doing, baby girl? What are we doing? What are we doing? I think once I had to pay like £8 for 2 hours. What are we doing? It's too much. But anyway, I think that's one thing that I had to learn. Like, you have to pay for parking. And I think another thing is, as you know, MOT servicing, something that you have to do. But just because you're paying for the servicing and MOT doesn't mean that something else isn't wrong with your car. That leads back to the point that you need to save money just in case something happens so that you can be able to cover it. I'm trying to think of other stuff because there's been so much stuff I've learned. Congestion charge, as you guys probably know already. Sometimes you gotta make sure on that Google Maps or Waze, yeah, if you're in the UK, you gotta click that setting button and make sure you click avoid tolls. Otherwise, it go catch you, and you gotta pay £15 to the government for going on this particular road. I'm telling ya, like crazy. And what's it? Cameras everywhere, red light cameras, speeding cameras. You have to be so careful. Like, obviously we want to make sure everything's safe and the government has placed these precautions, but my goodness, you start to realize that they are everywhere. They are everywhere, especially like when you're in the 20-mile-per-hour zone, which is a bit But anyway, you gotta be careful because if you get caught, you're in trouble. I tell you that, you're in trouble. And the last thing, actually, no, there's a couple things. One thing as well, I'm sorry, it's kind of a rant, but I had to say this stuff because it's been on my neck at this point. I'm like, whoa, go on. What's happening here? Another thing is, I don't know how it is, but in London, they have started these ridiculous stuff where you can't drive in the back roads. Like they prompt you to drive only in the main roads and basically divert the traffic and sort of kind of diffusing it. So now they put all these cameras in the back roads and put all these signs in the back roads that only bicycles and pedestrians can pass. Now that one is the devil itself. That one is the devil. And if you cross it, you get fined automatically. Now I had to be honest with you guys. Look, I crossed the road. I didn't know the camera was there. Bruv, I got caught with two of them. I had to pay money, bruv, for the, I don't know, the council sends you a letter, you gotta pay. I had to pay the money just for crossing a road that I used to cross before. And they were sneaky. They started doing this when it was COVID last year, implementing these new roads. Clever people, bruv, getting the money. It's ridiculous. And you know, I've spent a lot of money having a car. I have to be honest with you. It is a liability. It is not really an asset. I have to be honest with you. But having the comfort of your own car when it's days when it's raining or when you're going on long journeys, and the petrol is quite affordable for me. You know, I can. You know, I think to fill a whole tank from like empty, it will cost me like 30 quid. And most times I just put in like 15 to 18 quid every month and it's fine. But literally speaking, like, it is intense having a car, and you have to have money. If you're broke, if you're in university, just don't bother unless you have your parents who are able to help you in these kind of situations, because it's just too expensive. Like, this car that I have, I've had to do everything myself, and the reality is real. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't regret it. I love my car. But I just thought, like, let me just share these gems out for those who are looking to buy a car, looking to do all this stuff. Like, honestly, guys, it's not as easy as it seems, but it's worth it because everyone has a car. I mean, not everyone has a car, but I mean, that's the reason why people have a car, because although there is things that are working to not make driving easy, people still prefer to drive, and they're willing to pay the cost of it if they want to do that. So yeah, that's it for this video. That's me kind of ranting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like more of these videos, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Take care. Bye bye.